Hey guys, so as most of you know that are reading and watching One Piece at the moment, a certain character has gone missing for a long time, and obviously the character we're talking about is... That character is none other than my main man Jinbei over here. And I know what you're thinking. First off, the production value. I know. Ever since we hit 700 subs, which was yesterday, I want to thank you guys for that as well. You know, the production needs to be upped, so... And obviously Toei ain't gonna have a scoop, they won't be copyrighting me for this. So anyway, Jinbei, where is this man? So last time we saw him was on the ship, chilling with the boys, trying to escape Whole Cake Island, of course. Obviously, this is when the Straw Hats are in peril. Big Mum's chasing after her on her main ship. It ain't going well at all. And then, obviously, Jinbei's like, guys, I've got to stay behind. My crew's here. You know what I mean? I can't really just chill and just let all my crew die for the sake of me. And obviously Luffy, being a sick captain, was like, okay, I'm your captain now, you listen to me, but you can stay behind, but you need to survive and meet us in Wano. And Jinbei's like, cool, that's fine. And I thought, oh god, this isn't good, because you know Jinbei's strong, but Big Mum, like, what are you going to do against Big Mum? You know what I mean? There's nothing you really can do against Big Mum. She's ridiculous. So but it was Jinbei and his whole crew, and he wasn't trying to beat Big Mum, obviously, he was just trying to hold her back. And then stuff gets murky when the crew actually gets to Wano. That's better, isn't it? That's better. Oh, how am I gonna... Shit. That's the best idea I've ever had. Yeah, so, as you can see, the crew gets to Wano. And then everyone's thinking, obviously, okay, Jinbei's gonna show up soon, Jinbei's gonna show up soon. And we've been in Wano for like a year and a half now. Or probably over a year, at least. And Jinbei is nowhere to be seen. Which, you know, it wouldn't be that concerning. It'd be concerning, but, you know, getting to Wano at all is hard. Jinbei, he needs to get a ship. You know what I mean? So we'll give him time. But things started kicking off when, obviously, manga spoilers, but things started kicking off when Big Mum arrives at Wano. Taking this. Alright, so obviously the issue here is, if the crew was going to go to Wano to get away from Big Mum, and Jinbei stayed behind to fight Big Mum, and now Big Mum's in Wano, where's Jinbei? Why? So obviously Jinbei wasn't going to beat her, as I said before, but so what happened to Jinbei, which is very concerning, of course. If you guys remember back to Whole Cake Island, we see what actually happened to Pedro and what happened to his eye. Obviously, after getting caught by Big Mum, Big Mum has this big wheel that after when she captures someone, she spins it, sees how many years of the life gets taken away from you, and you can lose a limb as well. You'll see there was the head on there, and there's an arm. Pedro lost an eye. So what I'm thinking happened to Jinbei was he might have got caught. Well, he either died, which obviously I don't think so happened. I don't think they'll just kill Jinbei off screen like that. He got caught, and then he got caught and he had a change of appearance in some way, such as his arm got cut off by Big Mum. Maybe it wasn't even by this wheel. He might have just been while fighting. Napoleon has slashed it and then conked. Yeah, so the evidence that we have of this is through the recent colour spreads. Hey guys, editing Gob here. I just finished editing the video and I just want to apologise really quick in the middle of this video before I thought it would be a good idea to start recording as the sun's going down. So when I tried to like colour key my green shirt, because it was getting darker outside, it glitches out the colour, the green screen ain't really working, my arm's buzzing throughout the video, it's really glitchy and that. All the colour spreads that Oda draws, he always draws the obviously it's that non-canon stuff most of the time. It's just the Straw Hats and other characters just chilling about and all that. And he never draws Jinbei with the Straw Hats after Whole Cake Island. Well, he hasn't done it before, obviously. And in Whole Cake Island, Jinbei joins the crew, so surely afterwards he should be in the colour spreads. But everyone's like, well, is Jinbei part of the crew? Does he not? Obviously, he's technically, officially a part of the crew, but does he not join until they like officially all meet and they're on a ship sailing together, maybe, or something like that? But a fan actually asked Oda this in an SBS, and Oda did actually answer that something happened to Jinbei in his appearance in some way, and he didn't want to spoil it for a colour spread, which pretty much confirms that something such as an arm, a leg or an eye something, or maybe just a massive scar or something happened to him. So what do I think is going to happen when Jinbei returns? In my opinion, I think, because Oda did say about this like upcoming battle, he's going to make Marineford look like, I can't remember what he said, something like he's going to make Marineford look like a normal fight. There's going to be some big war, and for this like big war that they're talking about, what Oda's been hyping up, has been mentioned before when the Straw Hats Grand Fleet started. Obviously, if you guys remember in Dressrosa, when everyone's like this with the sake and all that, the narrator comes in, and you know when the narrator comes in, it's like big business, it's some serious stuff. The narrator comes in and says like they didn't know at the time, but a huge war would come in the future and something like that. And I thought the war they were talking about was Elbath. I believe, obviously, as most people do, there's going to be a fight at Elbath or something to do with Shanks in Elbath. And then the fight they're talking about is maybe the one for the One Piece at Rafdal or something, I don't know. But some people are saying the fight they were talking about is actually the one in Wano. So it could be two separate wars, obviously. But so what I think would happen, which would be sick, is, you know, the fight's going well at the start. They think we're doing good. Like maybe King and Queen are getting beat down a bit. Some of Kaido's forces have been destroyed, but then Kaido turns up and just one tap like everyone. It's looking really bad. I can literally imagine it in my head. Like maybe Luffy gets thrown in the water or something. We're like, okay, Luffy kind of he's already banged up. Now he's in the water. What's going to happen? Then out of nowhere you see the ocean current shoulder throw, wallop. Luffy's back on there. He's like, what's going on? Boom. There's Kaido. There's Jinbei. He returns. And how I've got this in my head is Jinbei arrives, and the reason he's taken so long is because he was gathering up the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, and then they all raid Onigashima straight away. It'll be like at Marineford where Whitebeard and his allies arrive. That'd be sick. But I'm imagining it in some sort of Naruto Sasuke retrieval arc sort of thing. I believe that's the arc they're in, where you know when everyone's getting beaten down, then the sand turn up and then they save them one by one. I can literally imagine it in my head right now. Something like Momo is on the floor, Orochi's above him, and he's doing all that his fruit shit, and he's about to kill Momo, and then out of nowhere he's like, what the hell? Barrier there, and he's like, oh yes, my old friend is alive. Obviously we saw from the last episode his like granddad or whoever it was, or when his granddad is like uncle or whoever it was, that old man had the barrier fruit, and he's probably thinking, oh yeah. Then he looks, obviously it's Barto, and then it cuts over to another person who's nearly about to get beaten, and then another Straw Hat Grand Fleet, and then we get that sick panel of we finally get the panel of all the Straw Hats with Jinbei, double page spread, and all the Grand Fleet. Oh, that would be so sick. And just imagine how sick that panel would be. So that'd be a high pass moment. But what's worrying me is Oda also did say that the end of Wano would be more emotionally hitting than even the end of Marineford, and obviously we know the end of Marineford, that was very emotionally hitting. So what could happen? I believe I can't remember who said about this. There's been a theory on Reddit anyway, but like I saw Grand Line Review spoke about this as well, saying that with this emotion, and because Jinbei, he's a member of the crew, but you know he's not sailed with the whole crew at once. He's not had the party, like he hasn't really been a member or proper member of the crew yet. Obviously he hasn't, just because of what's going on in the story. So maybe because he hasn't been a proper member of the crew, it could kick off big time in a way of Jinbei actually does die at the end of Wano. I hope this don't happen, obviously. Because Jinbei, if you don't know, is probably my favourite character. It does change every once in a while, but Jinbei is up there with easily probably my favourite, or it changes sometimes, but you know. And I can imagine it like maybe Big Mum took loads of life out of him, so he only had like 6 months left anyway, or like 2 months left to live anyway. So he just sacrificed himself just before they managed to defeat Kaido or something. So I don't know. This video's been kind of rambly, but pretty much to wrap up my ideas, Jinbei rocks up. It took him ages to get here because he was getting the Grand Fleet. And also now think of it, the Grand Fleet. If everyone's like getting beaten down. Leo was a member of the Grand Fleet, so he could bring Manjari with him. She could just be flying around and starts healing everybody. Everyone's back on their feet for round 2 with the Grand Fleet, and they bang everyone. That'd be pretty sick. And it's possible that Jinbei could die at the end of Wano, or I believe at least someone from the Grand Fleet's going to die if Otis said it would be that emotional, maybe like Bartow or someone, or Cavendish or something. Cavendish, it wouldn't be that, but it could. I don't know. I'm rambling now. So anyway, thanks for 700 subscribers again. My production value is literally through the roof right now, so that's pretty sick. Make sure to like and subscribe for more One Piece games, anime games, and more One Piece Naruto anime discussions and that. And thanks for watching, and bye.